Welcome to Healthy Future Vision Channel. Happy to share with you. Hello, my friends. I'm Dr. David Porter, and I've spent over 30 years caring for tired shoulders, aching knees, and the hands that once built entire lives, but now tremble with pain. If you're watching this, chances are you know that feeling too. The kind of ache that doesn't just live in your joints, but seeps into your meals, your sleep, and every small movement of your day. Many people think arthritis is simply a matter of aging. But I always tell my patients, age itself doesn't make us weak. It's the small ways we neglect ourselves each day that make the body grow old before its time. The human body is a remarkable machine, and every meal we eat is its fuel. The problem is, when pain sets in, we often lose the joy of cooking. Patients tell me all the time, "Doc, I just need something quick, something easy. I can't stand long at the stove anymore." So frozen meals, fried foods, or slices of bread quietly replace that warm bowl of rice we once loved. And before long, inflammation feeds on itself. A cycle that leaves us tired, sore, and stuck. But here's the truth. You don't have to give up rice. That humble grain that's been on your table for a lifetime can still be part of your healing, if you simply choose the right kind. Certain types of rice can do more than fill your stomach. They can soothe inflammation, nourish your joints, and help rebuild the flexibility your body once had. When I was a young doctor, I believed healing arthritis required medications, injections, or therapy sessions. But after hundreds of patients and decades of observation, I learned something far simpler and far more powerful. The body doesn't heal through medicine alone. It heals through patience, kindness, and the foods that truly love you back. And one of those foods, surprisingly, is rice, a staple so ordinary that most of us overlook its hidden strength. Science now shows that certain varieties of rice can help reduce inflammation, restore cartilage, improve circulation, and provide steady energy, all through the nutrients nature packed inside them. The best part? You don't need to follow a strict diet or give up your favorite meals. All it takes is a small change, a simple substitution that can make every bite a step toward comfort and vitality. Today I'll share with you 4 remarkable kinds of rice that can help relieve joint pain and support natural healing from the inside out. They're not expensive, not exotic. They're right there in your grocery store, maybe even in your pantry. The only difference lies in awareness and choice. So before we begin, I want you to remember this one truth. Every meal can be medicine or poison, depending on how you treat your body. If you're ready to move with ease again, to sit without bracing yourself, to rediscover the simple joy of a home-cooked meal, then stay with me. Together we'll begin a gentle journey of healing, one small grain of rice at a time. When I tell my patients that a simple bowl of rice can ease your joint pain, most of them laugh. But a few weeks later, they often return, smiling differently this time. The kind of smile that comes when you've truly felt your body start to change. Because healing doesn't always come from something expensive or extraordinary. Sometimes it begins with the simple things we once overlooked. Wild rice, the body's silent repair crew. Let's start with wild rice, a grain that nature designed to quietly repair what time has worn down. Technically, it isn't rice at all, but an aquatic seed packed with plant-based omega-3s, zinc, and manganese. These nutrients are the building blocks for cartilage, ligaments, and collagen, the materials that keep your joints moving smoothly and quietly. Studies in the Journal of Nutritional Biochemistry show that plant-based omega-3s can help reduce interleukin-1 and TNF-alpha, 2 key inflammatory triggers that fuel arthritis. What I love about wild rice is that it doesn't just mask pain, it helps the body rebuild itself naturally. One of my patients, George, age 62, had resigned himself to chronic hip pain. We made one small change. He swapped his white rice for wild rice and added a few servings of greens and small fish each week. 3 weeks later, George told me, "Doc, I'm not dancing again, but I can walk around the park without stopping halfway." That to me is freedom. And sometimes freedom begins with something as small as a spoonful of wild rice. The armor against inflammation. If wild rice is your body's repair team, then black rice is its shield. the protective armor that guards your joints from chronic inflammation. In ancient China, it was called forbidden rice, reserved only for emperors. Today we know why. Its deep purple color comes from anthocyanins, powerful antioxidants that can block COX-2 enzymes, the same enzymes targeted by ibuprofen. But unlike medication, black rice comes without side effects and with real nourishment. Older patients often ask, "Doctor, I eat well. Why do I still feel weak and sore?" The answer often lies in the quality of protein and iron in their diet. Black rice contains more plant protein than white or brown rice, which helps maintain strong muscles, your body's natural cushion for protecting joints. It's also rich in iron, which improves circulation and oxygen delivery to cartilage, enhancing recovery and tissue repair. A 2017 study in the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry found that anthocyanins in black rice reduced inflammatory responses in joint tissues by nearly 40% in clinical models. Now, I'm not saying black rice is a cure, but making it a regular part of your meals is a natural, safe, and effective way to quiet the flames of inflammation. Here's my little tip. Try cooking black rice porridge with light coconut milk and a touch of cinnamon. It's good for your joints and gentle on your heart, a meal that nourishes not only the body, but the spirit as well. Brown rice, the steady strength of patience. Brown rice is familiar to everyone, yet few truly appreciate its quiet strength. Its magic lies in the bran and germ layers, where nutrients like magnesium, manganese, and soluble fiber live, three essentials that older adults often lack. When I ask patients, "Do your joints feel stiff in the morning?" almost all of them nod. That stiffness isn't only inflammation. It's also muscles around the joints tightening due to magnesium deficiency. Magnesium in brown rice helps relax muscles and stabilize nerve function, allowing your body to move more freely. Meanwhile, its soluble fiber feeds healthy gut bacteria, and a balanced gut is one of the body's best tools for regulating immunity and reducing inflammation. A study in Frontiers in Immunology showed that people who increased whole grain fiber intake had 30% lower levels of systemic inflammation than those who didn't. Here's my doctor's tip. Cook a big batch of brown rice at the start of the week. Keep it in the fridge and use it for lunches and dinners. Even 2 or 3 bowls a week can gently guide your body toward recovery. Because healing isn't about speed, it's about consistency. Red rice, the quiet warrior for heart and joint health. Few people realize that red rice has long been considered a medicinal food in many Asian traditions. It contains monocolin K, a natural compound similar to the active ingredient in cholesterol-lowering drugs like lovastatin. By helping reduce bad cholesterol, red rice improves blood flow to the joints, ensuring cartilage receives the oxygen and nutrients it needs to rebuild. Alongside that, its anthocyanins and magnesium work together to reduce inflammation and gently relax muscles. An excellent combination for anyone with arthritis and cardiovascular issues. Several of my patients who replaced white rice with red rice a few times a week didn't just see reduced joint pain. They also experienced better cholesterol and blood pressure levels. Red rice has a mild, nutty sweetness and pairs beautifully with brown or black rice, creating a dish that's both colorful and deeply nourishing. I often remind my medical students, every well-circulated drop of blood is the body's quiet way of saying thank you. And red rice, in its own humble way, helps the body send that message every day. Combining 4 types of rice, a natural holistic therapy. Now imagine weaving all 4 kinds of rice into your week, not through a strict diet, but through the rhythm of your own life. They don't compete with one another. They work together like a team. Wild rice helps rebuild and restore the joints. Black rice shields your joints from inflammation. Brown rice strengthens the muscles that protect your joints. Red rice enhances circulation, bringing nourishment where it's needed most. Together, they form 4 layers of protection, a natural anti-inflammatory nutrition therapy created by nature itself. Doctor's tips. Cook your rice with bone broth or vegetable stock instead of plain water. It adds valuable minerals and flavor. After cooking, stir in a little turmeric, ginger, or olive oil. They're powerful allies in fighting inflammation. If standing in the kitchen hurts your joints, use pre-cooked or frozen rice packs. Just 90 seconds in the microwave. What matters isn't how fancy your cooking is, but how consistently you nourish your body with mindful meals. One of my patients, Susan, age 72, once told me, "I no longer eat just to stay alive. I eat to feel alive." That's exactly the point I want to share today. Eating isn't just about survival. It's a conversation with your body, a quiet promise that says, "I still want to be well." Perhaps the greatest gift of aging isn't wisdom, it's understanding. Understanding that every ache is not just a sign of wear and tear, but a gentle reminder from the body. You've forgotten to care for me. And like every relationship in life, the body always responds when we begin to listen and love it again. In over 30 years of practice, I've seen people search for answers in pills, workouts, and strange new remedies. Yet often the answer is much simpler. It's sitting right there on the dinner table, in a warm bowl of rice, a familiar aroma, and the quiet persistence of small, healthy habits. The four types of rice we talked about, wild, black, brown, and red, are not miracles. They're choices, conscious and deliberate ones. They're your way of saying to your body, "I want to heal. I want to live well." And when you start with these tiny grains, your body will slowly respond, with mornings that feel less stiff, steps that feel steadier, and a spirit that feels lighter. You may not notice a change overnight, but stay patient, because healing is not a race, it's a journey. Let that journey begin right in your own kitchen. Don't be afraid to try. Don't be afraid to change. If cooking hurts your hands, ask a loved one to prepare a batch of wild or red rice for the week. If standing too long is hard, choose ready-to-heat rice. The goal isn't perfection, it's progress, one small choice at a time. I often tell my patients, every meal is an opportunity to care for yourself, gently, patiently, and with gratitude. If today you learned even one small thing that helps you eat better, hurt less, or feel a little lighter, then this message has done its job. And if it touched you, share it with someone you know who's struggling with joint pain. Because sometimes all it takes is one bowl of rice, one small change to open the door to a better life. So stay with me on this journey toward living well, moving slowly, and finding meaning in every simple, nourishing meal. Thank you for listening, and may every bowl of rice be a moment of healing for you